Afternoon. So did you check in on classroom? And one more thing, you need to join with Slack, right? So they will give some question on Slack and you need to answer using Slack. Okay, okay, and I send you the list of the group here. So you need to join with your wise class, and the list of class should be here. What is it? Okay, so take a look at the checklist, right? And we had a class follow this one, right? We had a big one. And let's see what you are checking on the classroom, for example. Okay, and you check randomly, and you know, we have many people, so cannot check everyone here. For example, okay, very good. Let down B, right? Okay, so class should be like this, B4, B8, and for example, that Z, right? That Z right here. You should mention your, let's see, your, we had a two class, A and B, and we need to name your practical class, right? Okay, so just update your class here, and the same with your friend. That will be. Yeah. So Lê Thanh Hằng, Lê Thanh Hằng are you here?
Thanh Hằng.
Let's hang up now. For example, here's B1, B7, what does it mean? What does it mean by B1, B7, what does it mean? So let's see, we have only B, right? B. We only have the B class. Okay, and B1 and B7. B1, no B1, only B1, right? So B1 is belong to the class like this one, CAB1. Okay, so let's see, you have some combined class, for example. With A, you can see that we have the combined class like A2, A3, A4, and here. Okay, A5, 6, 7, and B2 combined together. Okay? So you should join with this class. Okay. Yeah. So B2 is all with A1 and 2. It follows the department suggestion. So I just asked the department, so they give me the checklist and they also combine. And it's very important for you, after that you join with practical class, so you need to follow this one. And one more thing is that because the Slack are designed based on this class, so you need to join with correct class, otherwise you don't have the group. Okay, now let's see, we had another thing is the group number. So for example here the B1, let's see B1. B1, so let's see Lê Phước Long here. Lê Phước Long. So we have class B, right? So Phước Long is from here. Đức Anh. Okay, good. And Hồ Phú Cường. No. And Nguyễn Thành Đạt. Okay, so you are same group. Okay, you in the class B1, but you same group. So next time I will suggest one of you should be the leader. Okay, one of you should be the leader. Now we only have a group for everyone, but you can send me a message if you want to be the leader. Okay, for example, here B1 group 1 had the I member. 5 or 4? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1. Whatever. Sorry, here we have 5 members, not 4 members. Okay? Okay, so first you need to join with your right class, and you can see on the Slack. Okay? I send you the link, and you can join with your class. For example, if you are so B1, the B1, okay? So today you need to answer some questions. I will give you the question and you try to use Slack and answer me, okay? So first you need to join with the correct class on the Slack. And as I mentioned, I will create the group and everyone needs to join with group here to discuss and to share the solution. So group activities should be evaluated. Right? Using Slack. Everything, right? You discuss about solution, about the assignment. Okay, you submit assignment. You submit your solution in Slack. Okay? Yeah. So because we have many students, so I cannot maintain with the big one, and so I use Slack and I will check, right, your activity inside the group. So we had a B1 and a B3 here, right? I think you got it correctly. And here's a B6, 8 combined together in one. And then B7, right? B7. Okay. So as you can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Totally we have 10 classes. Okay? We have 2 classes, A and B, but divided into 10 classes, and you must follow the slide exactly. Okay, so in the classroom, I also tell you how to follow. Yeah, how to follow here. Okay? So you can open it to check your group. And then you need to join with correct class. For example, if you are class A1, so click here. And you can do USDA email to join without problem. Clear? Yeah. As I mentioned, use USDA, that'll be okay, right? So then you go to. And next time, when I give the question, and please use the channel here and to put your solution. I just said it about it is some kind of thread that everyone can join, can share, can show whatever is here. But next time I'll create the channel so that only member can join with that group. Okay? Okay, so anyone who have any issue with joining Slack? Anyone? Okay, that's good. For example, this is a B1, so I can say hello here. Okay, so that everyone can see, B1 can see my message. Okay? So who B1 should please send me the message? Say hi. If you have any issue, right, with that, you can use a browser. Some people are download app with Slack, and they get some issue with login. So you can use a web browser instead of using app, right? Here's an example, right? You can log in, use web browser. Okay, you don't use mobile app, okay, because some issue. Yeah. Okay, so here you can see now the web browse, and here's the application. Okay, I download in the PC, and of course someone else will download in the smartphone, but they got some issue, right, with using the Slack on smartphone, so you can do web browser. Just try to log in web browser. Okay. And no problem, because I also download the smartphone with Slack. So you can see that I can send a message to everyone use Slack on my smartphone. Yeah. For smartphone, it's very convenient, right? You can send me the message, for example, now I want to join with here. Let's see. I want to join with B1. Okay, and I send, for example, here, hello. Okay, I said use my computer. I send my message. Okay, so you can see that okay, can you see? I use smartphone and can send the hello. I can also use the PC with the Slack app and send hi. And of course, I can use my web browser, right, to say hi. Okay, without problem. See here. So I say hi. Okay, so that means you can use many kind of application run on different computer, smartphone, PC, right? Okay, so just to tell you about how to connect to Slack, because it's very important. It's related to group activity. So I really want you to work with the Slack, with your team on Slack. Okay, so you know how to join, right? Okay, now we go back to the okay, so now we're keeping on with the introduction for the last time. Okay, the first we answer the question, what is the computer architecture? You know, computers, the first we just mentioned about the hardware, right? So the hardware, you see like, you have the keyboard, you have the screen, you have the mainboard, you have the CPU, and so on. They are hardware component. Okay, and you know the hardware component, it should be include some main component. The first one should be CPU processor. The second one input-output devices. The third one should be memory. And the bus, okay, the bus actually connection, they connect with three components. So even you have a computer like the PC, laptop, or smartphone, or PDA like the iPad and so on, they also have the three components, main component. Okay, CPU, central processing unit, memory, okay, and input-output devices. So the question is why you learn C programming language, you write a program, and it can run on your computer. Do you know what is the reason, or what is the principle of running a program on a computer? Okay, so you must know about the computer architecture. Okay, and so after that you can see that why the program, why the C programming language can run on computer. So the hardware here actually a physical component, like like semiconductor physics. Okay. Actually, semiconductor physics that could be applied for designing chip like the CPU and IC. That means integrated circuit. So what is a circuit? Circuit, you know, like an electrical circuit, right? It combines many electronic components and then it makes an output. Okay, so the circuit is the same with the program. You have an input and it produces an output. So if you learn about the physics, right, you know, the electrical circuit, right, that can be applied to design or to control. Okay, so the circuit here can be combined together and make a big program, and it formulate or it simulate a hardware can run the program. Okay, so you can see the CPU like a program. You have an input and it produces an output. Right, but in hardware, it's not software. You design the program in software, and you enter the input data, and then it produces an output. But for CPUs, for the hardware, they're different, right? Input is a signal, electrical signal. You know about binary, right? On off, right? High voltage, low voltage. High voltage means 1, low voltage means 0. So with all the signal, so you can simulate, you can translate your data, and then the hardware can follow, and the circuit can be used to produce an output. So like if you want to use a computer, that means you have the hardware program. If you make, and if you produce an output, follow the input. Okay? But design the hardware is very difficult. You write program with the circuit, it's very difficult. Right? And not everyone can design the hardware. Okay, so you need to know about the electronics, electrical, okay, and even mechanic. Many factors will affect your program. So when you design the hardware, it's really hard work. So they think about how to make some things or like flexible, it's friendly to user, so that everyone, okay, even the people have no ideas about computer, they can design a program. So from the idea of simplifying the hardware, they will make computer architecture. That means you try to make a virtual machine on the hardware. The virtual machine exactly is a machine that will that can be used to analyze your instruction. So when you design the program, so you make a list of instructions, and then you put to the machine, and the machine will follow step by step. Okay, that virtual machine you can see here is MIPS. Okay, that means a machine that can understand the instruction set. Okay, so instruction set are very important because it is the language of the CPU. Okay, if the CPU don't understand your instruction, so how can computer follow your program? So that means we don't work with the binary, we don't work with machine language, but we work with instruction. Instruction is formula, right? It has a meaning. So next time we will discuss about what is instruction set. And you also have the practical class work with the assembly. That means you may know about what is instruction set and why the C programming language can be translated into the instruction. Okay? Yeah. So computer architecture actually you need to define the organization. You need to visualize the hardware into the software. You have the instruction set so that your program is an application. We mentioned application or software or program are the same meaning. Okay? That means it had an algorithm. You design the algorithm and you can use some kind of IDE like an FC or GCC to compile your program into the executable file. Okay, so you learn about C programming language, right? Is it right? Learn about C so you know when you finish writing a C code, so after that you need compile. Why we need to compile? Why? Because the machine don't understand the C language. They only understand about the instruction. So the first step should be translate from the C programming language into machine language. Or the files after compile should be executable. Okay? So when you compile and then double click on that, then it runs. Right? So that means if you want to run a program, you need to compile it to machine language. Okay, so here exactly you need to follow the instruction, it's a set of instruction. Okay, then let's see. We had a question. We had a question. You write a C programming language and you run on Windows 10 at a different with you run on Linux system. Have you used Linux operating system before? No? So Mac OS is also different operating system. So you can see that this is the layer view of computer system that not only combine the hardware, combine the computer architects, but it also combine with the operating system. And applications are actually run on the operating system. So the question should be, why we need operating system? Okay, the question, understand the question? Why we need operating system? Okay, so you can use Slack and answer me. Okay, answer the question on Slack. Okay, I read the question here. Okay, so the question, why do we need to run operating system on computer? And you need to answer using Slack and answer the question. Okay, you have 10 minutes. Let's start. Okay, you answer on Slack. So you must join with the Slack and answer. Okay, now let's go. You have 10 minutes to answer me. The question you can answer, you can find from any sources from internet, whatever. But based on the architecture, we have an operating system. So the question here should be, why do we need to run operating system? So the first you need to understand what is operating system, right? Okay? What is operating system? Why we need Windows 10? Why we need Android? Run on a smartphone. Why do we need iOS? Run on iPhone. So that means operating system and the software are very important, right? Right? So, why? Now just try. You can use ChatGPT, right? You can use whatever. Just answer. And put your answer on the Slack. I want to know what is the answer here. So the answer not only evaluate your knowledge, but I can check your connection using Slack. You can join Slack. So what is the problem, right? Let's see, you can open the web browser. Okay, you can use email, UNT, whatever. Any, right? But open Slack.com. You open Slack.com. Over there. So I just told you some way to use Slack. You can use a web browser. You can use app. You can use. Okay. So you just click on the link I sent, and then you log in. Okay. So let's see V1. Remember, you have the UX8 computer architecture V1. So you have a channel with a name like that, and just put your answer here. Okay. So it's something like announcement channel that everyone can see the solution. Really okay, no problem. And next time you can send me like direct message. DM, right? DM means direct message. If you want to send a message to anyone, just click in here, okay? And then send a message. Okay, send a message. But if it is this one, like it's a channel, so everyone can see the solution, that will be okay, no problem. Okay, now V1, anyone here? Say hi and send the solution. You have 10 minutes, now let's start. B2, ready?
Hả? Before.
Did a B3, right?
Before.
B2 combined with A567. Oh, yes, see, very good. I can see the name. Some people with a name like this should be changed, right? You need the full name. You need to change the full name.
Chim. Rồi thì tên thầy là gì?
Okay, B68. Yeah, I can see the Roman Mimba.
I see.
It's better if you change the name with the ID, that will be okay.
I see no name.
Okay, I can take someone answer the question. Now I move to the 7. 7. Okay, so 7 also answered the question. Someone answered the question.
Before.
Okay, you had a child or something like 7. Someone joined with a very specific name, right? You had the SCA little dot. So don't need, right? Your name and ID, that will be okay. Because you join this, of course, you belong to this class. So don't you prefix like the same with class. Your name and ID is enough. Okay? The name and ID is enough. Okay, so you answer the question. Before, yeah, I can see that some people are sending the answer here. Okay, good. Yeah, very nice, so many people. Very good, B2. Anyone here B2? I have no idea. Who's in B2 answer the question? B2 will A class, right? B2, anyone here B2? Raise your hand. Also the B2? Oh, what happened? B2 resolved with A567. Okay, so you answer the question here. Very good, because as you can see that the answer is quite different, right? It's not copy and paste. Oh, here we had the same question. We had the same question. Oh, the beginning was the same. What does it mean? Copy from the same source, right? So where is also answer here? So someone will copy from the other. I can see very long sentence may be copied from some source. Even they can use the ChatGPT to answer. No worry, because I just confirm that you are really work with the Slack. You are really connect with your team. Because the next time I will make the group and so you join with your team and work together. But for the first time, just join and share the message, okay, to use the Slack. For the first time, I think Slack is not necessary, but because, we had so many students. So it is, I think, the easy way to show everyone are working together, okay? That's also very good. Okay, so here's an example. Operating system is a critical component that provides rank between hardware, software, so we see. Okay, we choose another. We need to provide environment into program. service to the user. Okay, some copies. I think this is a copy from some source. So when you write the answer, right? If you copy from some source, easy to detect. Very easy. There are two things. You can use a software like Turnitin. Have you ever used it before? Turnitin. Use that software, you can take the cheating a lot, copy a lot from other sources. Okay, so here an example. When I let's see, I check. Okay, here's an example to tell you someone a copy from the sources. Okay, for example, I will show you. Let's see one example. Let's see one example. Okay, so here when I check, right? 30. So that means this should be 52%. So a quart is copied from some source. Okay? So if blue, that will be okay. That's good. It's not good. It's not good. Okay, so here's the software, and you can see that the some you copy from some sources. Here's an example. Okay, let's see here. They copy from some other sources. So many things. Okay, and it'll tell you about where to copy. Okay. You can see that where to find out source, copy and paste. Okay, here. It will show you where to copy, right? Where to copy. So many things. Okay? So if you copy, we have a software to check where you can copy the tag. Okay, that's good. So we had many answers, right? But why we need operating system? You answer next time. So why we use computer architecture? Because we want to design a program. We want computer work follow the program. So you need to simplify the way we make the program. So a computer architect just tell you about how to make the virtual machine, give you the abstraction layer, so that you don't need to care about the hardware. Just focus on the computer architecture. And then, based on that, you can deploy the operating system. The operating system is the software. Okay? And someone mentioned, it's like an interface between your application and your hardware. Okay? So the interface will be okay, but it's not enough. Operating system are very important software in your computer. Okay? So why? Because it helps you to control all resources. All resources. So let's see. When you use Windows 10, you open the task manager. Have you used task manager before? Yes. Okay, here, task manager. And all operating system, they have the tool to monitor. So let's see, I can check, right? I can check, I can monitor, the operating system can monitor all resources like CPU. Can you see the CPU here? At the central processing unit. And it will tell you about some information. Let's see. You can see here actually what is the speed of your CPU. So what is it? 1.8 gigahertz is the speed of central processing unit. Okay? And one more thing that's very important that you can see that here. What is it? Utilization. So what does it mean? Okay, so it depends on the program running in your computer. If you run more program, it will use more resources, right? It will share the CPU. Okay, so for example, now I want to run like, for example, I stop this one. Okay, I stop this one. Okay, I stop this also. Okay, Slack. I stop like team. Okay, I stop yellow. Oh, so many things. And if you want to stop a program running, just open it here, processes. So what is the processes? It's the program running. And then you can stop, right? For example, you can stop this one and pass. That means it closed. It will move out or release the memory. So here are the list of programs are running, mean applications are located in the memory. So let's see the performance. Okay? The CPUs now change over time, depending on the number of applications that are running. Okay, let's run one example. I run Zalo. Okay, so please take a look at the CPU utilization. What happened? What happened? 100%. 100%, right? 100%. And then it's reduced. So from beginning, it requires a lot of resources, especially for CPU, right? So and then it stops. That means if you don't have any action or any calculation, the CPU will sleep. Okay? So the operating system will support you to share the CPUs efficiently. For example, when the CPU sleeps too much, it's not good. Okay? So we try to share, right? Try to share for other program run at the same time. So you can see the task manager. We have many processes running at the same time. Many. Okay? So how program run in your computer? How? Let's see. You write the program in Left C. Is that right? Left C. Okay? So for example, you write the program like the hello world. Is that correct? So how to run it? You run a program, right? And you want to print out hello world. And you can use a run. And we'll tell you the result. Right? The result is just tell you about hello world, just print out hello world. Okay. But normally, you use the function compile. What does it mean, compile? Compile, what does it mean, compile? Oh, so compile means not now. Compile will convert the C programming language into machine language. Okay? So when you use the compile, okay, you can see that, compilation results should be no error, no warning, and output file name should like this one, hello world. Oh, very good, right? You can see the hello world like this. Okay, and copy. Okay, and run. Can you see the hello world dot exe? What does it mean by dot? exe, exe, that means executable. So from the C file, you compile it to executable file. And now just double click on that and then hit, what happened? Hit run. Okay? Is it run? It run or not? Oh, okay, great. Okay, let me put this one. What does it mean again? That means you need to pause and you want to see the results. Okay? Now compile again. What is it? Okay. Okay, good, right? So because of it, you are not show the library, and it had got some error, and now you can run. That's it. Okay, what is it? Okay, you can run the files hello world executable and then hit run. You do not need to use the function compiles in the LabC or IDE, right? Just run directly to the executable file. But now let's see what happened when you open the task manager. Okay, and now you can run when you run the program. Okay, so what happened here? Open here. Can you find the hello world here? Hello world? Can you find hello world? Yeah. So when you run the program, the hello world should be here. But I can see hello world, so put this side there. Hello world. Huh? See, let's see, where's the hello world? Maybe you can find hello world here. Hello, over here. What does it mean? What is it? Ah, your program. When you click on the hello world executable file, and then it loads into memory. And you can see on the task manager. So let's see. Your program are here, right? Your program are here. Okay? So what happened when I close this? Tell me what happened. When I close, you can see on the left side on the task manager hello world. But now what happened? We close this window. What disappeared? Oh, no. It gone. What happened? That means when you close application, it will release the memory. And again, you run again. And what happened? Let's see again. Hello world. I run another time, right? And more. What happened? What happened? It ran another window. Right? And how many hello world here? 2. So what does it mean? We had another version. Right? And it loaded to the memory. Okay? So that means you can see the principle of all programs. You write a program, you need to compile it to the executable file. And when if you want to run, you double click on that, right? And then it loads into memory. And what happened? When the executable file or machine language are located in the memory, and the CPU will read instruction by instruction and follow your algorithm. So that is principle. So that means no memory, you cannot run the program. No CPU, who will try to understand your instructions? Okay, so let's see. Your program in C, in Python, in Java, and whatever will be compiled to machine language. Okay, the machine language actually is application file. Can you see application file on the Explorer? When you open here. Open. Okay, let's go to C. Okay, let's go to like window. Or like here we have for example like system. Yeah. So you can see many application. Oh, what is it? No, not application. You can see many times, 5 times. So you can see application. What does it mean, application? It is executable file. Okay? Now click on that, then it load into the memory, then program running. So only executable file, only application can run. Other file no. Okay? For example, no file. What does it mean? No file is non-executable file. No file gives you with what? Not executable file. So that means it will use link to application and run it. Basically, you need application file. For example, here, you can see that. For example, I can double click on this one. What happened? Calculator. I run it. Okay? So that means so many applications are designed to use this way. Okay, let's see another thing here. Like Charma. I have no idea what in application file. Double click. What happened? A Charma. Okay? So inside the system, we have many application files. Okay? Some is public. That means everyone knows the benefit, but some you don't know the benefit or not. Okay? Some files are harmful. It will affect your system. So the antivirus will check only executable file to find out what inside the executable file. Is there some thread or some thread inside the executable file? Okay? Yeah. So it's basically, right? Program what to run. Load into the memory, and then the CPU will read instruction by instruction. Then finish, release out of memory. And so now you have a space to load another program. Yeah, okay, good idea. Okay, very good. So you know how to run the program, right? Okay, and so you can write a program in high-level language. And so after that, you need a system software like the operating system. It runs machine code. Okay? So if you want to run a machine code, you need a compiler. Normally, IDE has a compiler. So as you can see, when I run an FC, you run a C programming language, and then I will use compile function and compile into the executable file. So compilers are very important to convert your program into machine language. Clear? After that, operating system will follow the instruction that you are designed. Okay? And here you can see that the function of operating system manage the memory, manage storage, make the schedule for running, sharing the resources. So the operating system just focus on the how to manage resources. And we have a CPU, is the main resources. We have the memories, is also the resources. Okay? You have the input, output, also resources. So operating system are very important. And when you design applications, you don't care about how can we use the CPU. No, don't care. Operating system will tell you where to put your program in the memory. Okay? The operating system will tell you how to load the program in the memory. For example, if we know, right? Just double click on the application file and then it loads it to the memory. So this is the ways of the operating system. For other operating systems, you cannot double click on that, right? You need to write, then I showed you before, you need to put, okay, the command line. Put the command line and then enter, and then it runs. Okay? So it depends on the type of operating system. Depends on the interface. We have many ways to load the files, the executable file to the memory. Okay, so here's a show you about the high level language. Let's see, should be converted into the assembly language. That we call MIPS. Okay, MIPS is actually the set of instruction. That instruction has a meaning, but it's very long. It's very long. So you can see that when you write the program in C, very simple. What you write in assembly is very long. Okay? But one statement with assemblies really work with the CPU. You need to understand about the CPU. Okay? So next time when you learn about assembly, to study, you need to know what is the CPU and how CPU work and how many components inside the CPU. And finally, we combine everything together and it makes the binaries. Binary mean only 1 and 0. Okay, so let's see. Assembly language is also symbolic language. Okay, high level languages are very close to natural language. And nowadays we can use the natural language to program. For example, ChatGPT is one example, right? ChatGPT is a natural language processing. So when you talk with the ChatGPT, for example, writing a program, and it will use the code immediately, very easy. Have you tried that before? Right? You can use ChatGPT to make the solution, make the program easy, to write the source code easily. Okay? So nowadays it changed. Not only programming language, but natural language. Vietnamese, English could be a programming language. Right? So you can see that very easy. You just open the ChatGPT and just write a solution or write a program for me to solve the problem. And then it tells you the code. Very easy. You need one thing, you need to put the question correctly. The question correctly. That means it understands the question correctly. Okay? And then we can have the solution. Okay. So that's why we call no code. No code means the people, a human, will not use the code. You don't need to learn programming language in the future. Right? Why we learn programming language? Think about algorithm, right? And then you simulate the algorithm into programming language. Let's see, and then you compile into the executable file and run it, right? And now don't need. Now don't need. Okay, so if you don't learn programming language, so how can we survive? For example, some of you are learning in IT major. So I just come to the university to learn programming language. So now the people say, oh, no need to use programming language. So what we need to learn? Library? Okay. So the problem solving. You need to learn about how to solve the problem. Okay? So it makes your brain become very strong. Not only learn programming language. Because the programming language or even natural language is the way you try to represent your idea. Okay? It's not everything. Okay? So you just learn about the principle, how the program can run in your computer, how computer design. Okay, so from that you can clarify many things, right? So that is the goals of this course, right? Just understanding how computer work, why program are running in your computer. And can you build your own PC just buying some component from the market and make it become your PC? Okay, so I think it's very successful if someone just answer those questions. For component and computers, you can see that even we have many kind of computer like desktop, server, smartphone, and even some computer inside like projector or clock and light and so many things. We call this embedded computer. But they have the input-output device. Okay? They should have the CPU. They should have the memory. Okay? There are three main components. Okay? Three main components. But when you open it, you can see the many components. But why you said only three main components, right? Three main components is correct for the own kind of computer. And depending on computer, they may have a different component, like monitor, display, the keyboard, right? And you may have the hard disk, you may have the CD, you may have DVD, you have the USB driver, and so on. So many things. But they are memory. Okay? But a different name, different technology. And inside the CPU, you can see that we have a two bus, input, output. Okay. So the input can divide into control or data. That means you read instruction. Okay, when you read the instruction in the memory, that program is located on the memory, right? So the CPU will read the instruction. So if they read command, they need to understand what is the meaning, what is the requirement. And then they will do some calculation. So that means they have two things. The first is control. Control means the order, requirement, or instruction. The second one is data. That means it performs some operation, okay, with the data. So inside the CPU, they should design to calculate, right, some data, and also they need to understand the set of the instruction. Okay. And one more thing, in CPUs is the cache memory. What does it mean by cache memory? We have a memory, but cache memories inside the CPUs are very important. That will improve your performance. So how do we know cache memory exists in your computer? Okay, open it. And open performance. Open the CPU. And you can see here, cache. Can you see L1 cache? Can you see that? I think you can check in your computer. Please check in your computer. Is there cache memory in your computer, in your CPU or not? Open Task Manager. Open Performance. Click on the CPU. And tell me, is there cache in your CPU? Yes or no? And we had a 3-level cache, L1, L2, L3. And this is the memory inside the CPU. It's very expensive. So when our CPU had a cache, it's very expensive. And it runs very fast. But what happens if your CPU there's no cache? It's very cheap. And it runs very slow. Okay, the reason is they try to design small areas, small memory inside the CPU to improve the performance. So if your CPU don't have the cache, that means it's cheap, right? And it run program is not very fast. So when they design the computer, let's think about the CPU with high speed and cache, high cache memory. Okay, high speed. Okay, as you can see right now, the CPU in the central processing unit. Okay, the central processing unit may have multiple processors. So CPU is not processor. The CPU can combine multiple processors. So you can see that quad-core. Heard about that? CPU quad-core. What does it mean? Inside the CPU we have 4 processors. So it's very powerful. Okay? So let's see. What is computer here? How many cores we have? How many cores? 4 cores. The number? 4 cores. Okay? One socket. One socket. But 4 cores. That means one CPU. But there are 4 processors on that. Very powerful. Okay? So how about you? Tell me. How many cores in your computer? How many? 10? Wow, really? 10 cores. Let's see. Don't confuse with logical processor. Oh, let me check. Okay, 10 cores. Very powerful, right? Is that 10 cores? Okay, so how about the price? 1 million? Ten core. Wow, excellent. Yeah, this is correct. He had a laptop with a 10 core, right? So that means it runs very fast. So you can see that we had a 10 brain run at the same time. One brain means one head, only one processor. We had a 10 brain run at the same time. The speed are very high, right? Okay, very good. You can see that here there's some information, and you may have some question. What is process? What is thread? What is a handle? What is visualization? Okay. So the exercise to everyone should be: please open the Task Manager. Okay, open Task Manager and click on the CPU and tell me what is meaning. What is it? What is the meaning of this parameter? Do you know the question? Open Task Manager. Click on the CPU and tell me what is the meaning of this this parameter. For example, what is utilization? What is speed? What is base speed? What is processes? What is thread handle? L1 can, L2 can, L3 can, or what is visualization? You need to explain about that. Okay? Yeah. So how many core in your computer? You need to write it down. For everyone. Okay? Yeah. When I make the request so that everyone just select to answer it. Okay? But because it's your laptop, you cannot get the configuration from your friend and put it in my laptop, right? Just check it your computer. Okay, so this is the CPU, and let's see. It depends on technology, and the CPU can have the high technology. And nowadays they apply the technology like ULSI, that ultra large scale integrated circuit. So that means it run okay. It integrates the transistor inside the chip. Okay, so that means the density are very high. Density are very high. That means the capacity of the CPU are higher because the technology is improved. Okay? And follow the Moore law. That means the speed of the CPU will double about every 2 years. Every 2 years, right? And the speed of CPU is double. Okay, so you can see that, right? Yeah. And the performance also increase. Let's see what is uniprocessor. Uni means what? Processor. The CPU has only one processor is a uniprocessor. But now they have a multi-core or multi-processor inside the CPU. So that's the difference. And another thing is the memory. Let's see the memory here. Click on here. Okay, and you can see that, what is the memory? What is it? Okay, maximum is 8 gigabyte. That means my memory. It is the random access memory or internal memory. Okay? Very important. Why? Because our application should be looked into the RAM. So the space are very important. So let's see how many RAM I use, how many memory I use. So just click on the memory uses, and you can see that here I use about how much? How much? Tell me how much. This is the memory composite. Oh yeah. You can see that it depends on the operating system, and it depends on the version, and you may have the interface very different. Okay, so you can click it here, and you can see that it's very high. And now let's see what happened when I close Zalo. Close Zalo and click on performance. Let's see what happened. What happened? It reduced. Okay? And now next I go to process and I want to close, for example, this one. So some programs are not necessary, so please remove. So if you spend more memory for running another application. Let's see, for example, I have the Google Chrome. It's a little or not, think about that, right? But you can sort here, memory. And you can see there are some software very, for example, Microsoft Edge is not necessary and task. And let's see performance reduce. So when you try to close an application running, and then it remove our memory, and it have used more memory used and run fastly. So do you know how many percent are not necessary in your computer? Do you know? Just open Task Manager. Open percent and see, right? For example here, what is one driver? I don't use it. Okay, stop. End task. What is search? End task. What is one driver? End task.
Học nghe máy.
Okay. Something is not necessary. End task. That means you stop running. Like here, I don't want to use running, stop it. At same point, not necessary. And what else? If you find something not necessary, just slow this, okay? What is it? No, don't need. Skype, don't need. And task. Okay, what is it, Kimba? I have no idea. No idea with games. I don't play games. Stop it. So let's take a look at all processing are running in your computer. And you can close the process and non-necessary and check performance. Okay, it's better. Okay? And the same thing, the CPU. Okay, the CPU. Yeah, the CPU. So you can search in here, you can see that Google Chrome, it uses 390 megabytes in memory. There's so many things, right? So please close some, let's see, click here. You can open many tabs in here. When open many tabs, it occupies the memory, so it makes your computer run very slowly. Okay? So let's see what happened. Okay, CPU. Now let's see, when open this, and you can see that it's not necessary, close, 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 and even close. But what happened? Okay, let's see. We don't have the Google Chrome anymore, and it makes the memory become better. Okay, so what is it? What is it? Okay, you can check here, it's an undivided program run by Windows. How to stop it? How to stop? Stop. And then it tells you, you cannot. So that means process are controlled by operating system. Because the big defender program are running, designed by Microsoft, so they don't want to stop. So that is not good, right? It should be turned off by user, but it's not allowed. So that is problem. Okay, sometimes you can see that there is some software run in your computer, but you don't know, and you cannot stop it. Okay? Yeah. So I just tell you how to discover the task manager, how to discover the resources. And remember, we have the three main things with computer: input, output device, CPU, and memory. Okay? The CPU has the control bus and data bus. CPUs have the instruction set. And you need, okay, to combine your program, follow the instruction set, so that CPU understands the program and do it step by step, instruction by instruction. Okay, just tell you a little bit about the second one, and then we just move to the next one. Next slide. Let's see. What is it? Reason. Okay, and you can see that sometimes your software are not running, right? So you just go to the task manager and close application. Okay? Now go to the next chapter. Okay, so you know about the CPU and you know the hardware in your computer, like motherboard, mainboard. Okay, inside the laptop, inside the PC, we have the mainboard. Okay, that is very big integrated. They combine CPU, combined memory, combined own adapter, own input output device. That should be the big one. Very expensive. Okay? And we had a manufacturer. MNI, you know? MNI is a very famous, very good manufacturer from Taiwan. We had an Intel company. Okay? IBM. Okay, long time ago, now become Lenovo. Lenovo is from China. They bought IBM. Okay, HP, Acer, right? There's so many manufacturers. Hard disk, the hard disk is storage. RAM is internal memory. That will tell you about the space to load the application. Power supply for desktop, no problem. For laptop, it's a mobile, so it high battery. So the power supplies for the laptop is more complicated, right? It's complicated. And processor, okay. Case, what does it mean? Okay, the case means that everything they put inside the box. That is the case, right? So the PC is easy, right? We have a plastic case, everything they put inside with some line, you know, some game player, right? Gaming player. They have a very attractive PC with a very colorful case, right? And if you had some exhibition with computer, just join it, you see many colorful case. And monitor. And keyboard, mouse. And the hardware, as you mentioned, but the software, the most important is the operating system. And the question you answered, why we need operating system? Because it provides interface to running our program. It provides resources, right? Like CPUs, memories, input, output device. And you may have another system program like antivirus. Okay? And application software like Microsoft Word, web browser, and email program, and so on. We have many applications around it. Okay. Okay, so for this, I think you just take a look at the slide. I sent you on the link, okay? And from this week, okay, we will have exercise. I will assign exercise. For example, the first question I tell you is one assignment, right? And we also had another question. Okay, so I think that's enough for today. So any question? Any question? Any question? Okay, remember to join Slack and answer the question. Okay? Okay. Okay, so that's it, and I'll see you next week. Okay?